It's just another normal work day here at Venom Central. Fangs in your face, feeding, a little bit of everything today. Hang in there, guys, you're going to enjoy it. Hey, if you're new to the channel, hit my logo and subscribe so you don't miss an opportunity to see any of my videos. And please, give us the thumbs up, like, and share. So I'm in the main snake room today, and I'm doing my normal everyday routine. Spot cleaning, fresh water, feeding schedule, things that need to be fed, and Dina comes in and she wants to film the normal everyday routine. So we got one coming for you guys. But what we're going to do is I'm going to show you my little process that I do when I'm spot cleaning animals and what I use and why I do it and the reasons why. And I've still got like maybe 6 or 7 of my Durissus, of my South American rattlesnakes to feed. So you guys are going to get to see that. And we're going to use the VenomCam so you can get the fangs in your face shot. I love doing that stuff. It's fun as hell. But so hang in there, guys. We're going to get started. Okay, we're going to start with the big Zobcons. I've got a pretty big defecation in there. And let me find the right keys here. There we go. Actually, we have just updated all of our locks on our cages. And you'll notice there's a lot of keys hanging in everything. And it's because, here, come over here, babe. And it's because I put all new locks on all my cages, but I've got to go through and color code all of the keys now with the locks because I ordered them to all be keyed the same, and of course they weren't. They all have separate keys. But to get back at it, I need to extract one of these out of here so I can get this cleaned, and I'm gonna block off the other one. So let's get this big rascal out of here. Let me grab a big hook for him. Get him in the can. Okay, we're going to pull this big guy out. You know, I disinfect my cans on a daily basis just to knock out the chance of cross-contamination with anything. You just never know. I have several different cans I use. You know, the Bothrops got their own can, the Bushmasters got their own can, the Rattlesnakes had their own can. But just a tip. I mean, a little bit of chlorine mixed with water, spray it down, let it sit for 20 minutes, rinse it out, and you're germ-free. But let's get this big rascal out of here. It's always a little risky trying to pull one snake out and you got another one kind of pointed at you. But he's a handful. He's a handful. Man, and he's just getting bigger and bigger. That's one hell of a rattlesnake. Alright, let's get that guy down in there. Clip him up. See, now the problem is I still have his counterpart, his girlfriend is in her box, but normally I would just pull her too, but she's in her hide, so we're not going to disturb her. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take his hide and block her off while I clean this feces out. So I'll reach over and grab his box, and I'll just scoot that over in front of her and just completely block her into her hide box like that. That way, she's not picking up a heat signature on me. She don't think she's getting a feed. She doesn't shoot out and bite me while I'm working on this. Okay, she's good. She can't get me from there. But now, what I do with, you want to bring it in here and show them, babe? I don't know if you can see it, but there's a big pile of feces in there. It's right there. And a lot of times what you'll get is you'll find fangs in the feces. So I don't pick it up. I use my Gentle Giant tongs. I use my tongs to pick it up. I just scoop it up. These things are great at that. It's just easier. I don't like to pick that feces up and end up getting a fang stuck in my finger, and it's happened before, and I learned that it's easier to scoop it up or pick it up with something. But oh, you know, let me tell you about this too. Now, you notice I got these 2 blue buckets here. Now, when I'm spot cleaning, when I'm running around spot cleaning cages, I won't just continuously use the same thing and clean. You know, I mean, that's how you cross-contaminate stuff, especially with feces. And I don't care how clean your snakes are and you're feeding them frozen thawed rodents, whatever. There's always that chance that they pick up something from the substrate. I mean, even hardwood mulch can harbor different parasites. And so I literally clean these every time, so I don't cross-contaminate from one cage to another. And you notice I've got one bucket here with, see, I got tape on it, I got XXX on it, because that's literally a disinfectant in there. Okay, now that one has got water and chlorine. And these just kind of sit in there while I'm in here working, and it needs to sit in there 45 seconds and it'll kill any kind of bacteria on there. But it's a pretty high concentration of bleach, which is chlorine. And what I do is, you know, after it's been sitting after the last spot cleaning, I shake them off, and I've got a bucket of clean water where I just kind of rinse them. So I'm not cross-contaminating nothing. It's just a little trick you learn to do so you keep your stuff healthy. Then I just kind of reach in and scoop this crap out of there. And look how nice that works. It picks it up perfectly. And I'll do a mulch change. I literally change mulch in these cages about every 4 to 6 weeks. Get it all up. Make sure she ain't pushed her way out of her box. Alright. I want you to notice I still ain't sticking my hands in there, just because she's contained, but there's always that chance she can push her way out from under the back of that box and come around the side, and I won't know it, and she's going to end up tagging me. So it's just all them extra little precautions that you need to take when you're working with venomous snakes. You don't take nothing for granted, because if you think something can't happen, it's usually when it does. Okay, and that's my feces can. And then what I'll do is I'll just put these right back into the disinfectant bucket, and that's where they'll sit. So I've got my feces out, everything. Then what I'll do, I've cleaned out as much of it as possible, is I use hexadine. And this is cool stuff, and I'll spray that whole area. I'll start from where the feces was. I cleaned all that mulch out of there, and I'll spray a circle around where it was in case any urate slipped under anything. And this, what this will do is this will kill any bacteria, any kind of germs in there. Now, hexadine, you know, let me tell you about it. I've talked about this in one of my other videos, and it was in a video that didn't get a lot of views. It was one of my Gila Monster videos. But this stuff is, if you're a reptile keeper, I suggest getting it and using it. I mean, it's literally, it's a topical solution that vets use to put on wounds, to put on cuts, abrasions, on everything, on mammals, on reptiles. And we use it for reptiles, like, you know, if a snake gets a burn or a scrape or a scratch or a wound on it, you can spray it right on them, and it's a topical, and it kills germs and stops infections. So, but it's also great as a spot cleaning agent, like I just did. Cleaned out the feces, sprayed that around there, it dries and it kills any kind of bacteria in there. But it's cool stuff. Let me grab the big bottle of it. It's chlorhexidine. We just call it, I call it hexadine. But here's the thing. Now this stuff is external use only, and you make sure you read the label on using it, because when I put it in my spray bottle, I mean, we just use a cap full of this to a spray bottle, and you'll notice the color of it. It's all it needs. This jug will last you a couple of years, and it's really inexpensive. And I used to have my vet order it for me, but now you can just buy it online, so it's easy to get. But spray bottle, spot cleaning. If you're going to treat an animal with this, if you're going to treat a reptile with this, let me tell you, a buddy of mine that breeds Crotalus, he had a very expensive rattlesnake that ended up with some scale rot, and he knows about hexadine, and he knows, I don't know why he did this, but it can't be ingested. If a reptile ingests it and swallows it, it'll frickin' kill him. It's got a warning right on the label, external use only. I mean, it's for external use only. It cannot be ingested. So, but he ended up asking me, he goes, well, do you think I should spray him with Hex or anything? I said, yeah, just hit him with some Hex. So in his mind, he thought, well, he's got scale rot, and instead of trying to spray the snake, he's going to soak it in hexadine. And he diluted it in water, tub, hexadine. Well, he had a brain fart, and he soaked this very expensive rattlesnake in hexadine. Water and hexadine mixture, and the damn rattlesnake drank some water in there. Of course, he's in the tub soaking. He's going to slam his face in and start drinking water, and it killed it. I mean, within 24 hours, it killed that snake. It was poisoned by hexadine. And he calls me the next day. He goes, man, I lost that snake. I go, really? What? Well, I soaked it in hexadine and, for several hours and set it back up, and the next morning it was dead. I go, you soaked it? Why in the world would you do that? He probably drank some of it, and it killed him. So don't soak your animals in it. If you got a wound on your animal or you're trying to clean your animal, just spray them down with it. Don't soak them, spray them. If they drink it, it will kill them. But it's great for spot cleaning. Okay, so we've got everything cleaned up here, and I am going to move his hide box back in place. I'm going to put his water bowl back, and she's tucked up in her hide really well. Then we'll put the big boy back in, and we'll be done. Damn snake, he's almost getting as big as the basiliscus of the Mexican West Coast rattlesnakes. Alright, big boy. There you go. It's funny, too, because you can tell sometimes when you got a feces in the cage and you can't find it, or you just don't see it through the cage. A lot of my snakes, they'll move off to the other side of the cage. They don't want to be around it. I mean, who wants to sit in feces, right? I mean, for me, I'm OCD about keeping my stuff clean. And I got to tell you, especially the Bushmasters, if they have feces in their cage, they let you know, man. They're out cruising, or, they won't tolerate it. But for me, you got to keep your shit clean. You got to keep your stuff clean as possible. And I do this every day. Okay, we're all locked, and that was my last one for the day. But we're going to get to feeding some animals. I've got to feed all my Durissus, and the Culminatus are due for a feed. So, and we're going to do some VenomCam stuff. So hang in there. We got some bites coming at you. Okay, we're going to feed. Actually, I'm going to start with my Culminatus, and we've got 4 of them, and I've just cleaned their units this morning, and you'll notice that 2 of them don't have their hide boxes in there because they're actually being disinfected. So we're going to feed these couple snakes real quick, and we're going to do it with the VenomCam. So let's see, a pretty good rat, and they're all at pretty good temperature. And even though these snakes are on newspaper, I still like to kind of dry them off because I don't want them hot water droplets going everywhere. It kind of throws them off. And I do a little thing. You've probably seen me do this before. I kind of cave their heads in a little bit just to make sure that they're thawed properly. And then I make sure I got the right temperature on them. Perfect. 101 degrees. Hotter than me. But I'm pretty hot. So anyways, we're going to pinch that guy mid-level here. And let's see if we can get this big boy here to give us a good strike. Okay, we're going to give this guy a little tap, let him know that this is a food source coming. Oh, he struck and he missed. What are you doing, Bubba? There you go. All right, there's your rat. What a beautiful animal. That is Crotalus culminatus. Now, these are hard to get. This is the Middle American rattlesnake, or I mean, they got so many different names for them, but this is formerly Crotalus culminatus, but now it's Simus. But these are bad to the bone. We've got a little group of them. We got 4 of them. All right, we're going to move on to another snake. All right, now, and we've got this female who's a little bit smaller, and she's right up on the damn door, which isn't good. So I'm going to need to stand back here and open this one with a hook. All right, VenomCam is on. Needs a tap. Needs that little bit of vibration. Oh, oh, that was a cool strike. That one caught me off guard. I didn't think she was going to jump out there sideways like that. All right, she bit it, and now normally these guys won't hit it twice. Like the Dorissus, they'll bang it twice sometimes. All right, girl, let's bump you back in there. There you go. Let's just set your rat right there for you, and she will come and eat that. And that is one of the females. We've got 2.2 of these. Hopefully we'll reproduce these here in the next, maybe 2 years. They still got some growing to do. They're only about 3.5 foot right now. Okay, let's move on and feed some of the Dorissus. Give her a tap so she knows it's a rodent. Oh! Good hit, girl. I'm going to leave that one right there for her. That is a beautiful rattlesnake. That's a Crotalus Dorissus or Crotalus Dorissus dryanus. And I produced these snakes a few years back, but these are my holdbacks and my future breeders. And this is a nice bright yellow one. And she hits them and lets them go and comes back and eats them. All right, buddy, come on. There we go. He's coming for it. Come on. Ah, there you go, bub. Bubba. Oh, he's gonna hang on to it, huh? Let's take a look at him, how he's doing. He's doing amazing. Getting big. He's about 3.5, I don't know, maybe even almost 4 foot now. Got a nice long neck stripe. Beautiful animal.
Good job, buddy. Good job.
Well, I hope you guys liked this little video. Just kind of our everyday routine around here. There's always something needs to be fed, something needs to be cleaned. So, hey, there's a little bonus shot in there of the Muda. The last one we did was the Lachesis Muda, one of our Bushmasters. But anyways, if you're new, hit the logo and subscribe. And please, comment, like, and share. And come on back to Venom Central because we're going to do a lot more cool stuff around here. This is Willie checking out. Later.